Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to another episode of Jacob Walks Over a Bridge. I'm Jacob. I'm currently walking over a bridge, and I am honored today to be joined by one of Surprise Lake Camp's most dedicated hiking girls, Loren.
Hi, everybody. I'm honored to be here on the show.
I'm happy to have you. Now, this is not your first bridge crossing, right?
Not my first bridge crossing. I've made it halfway over the bridge before, and I've scootered across a few bridges, but this has been my first official walking bridge crossing.
How do you feel about it?
It's been great. It's a beautiful day. It's in the 50s. It's sunny. Great company.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind. I don't know, would you rather live in Rockland or are you happy in Westchester?
I'd say I'm happy to be a Westchester girl, but it's always nice to visit Rockland. Today we visited the town of Nyack, got some good food, saw a beautiful library, so it's always nice to visit. It's always nice that it's just a bridge walk away.
You forgot that we got chipwiches.
Oh, we got chipwiches. How could I forget?
Yeah, we had to go to two places too, which was kind of weird. You think that, the first place we went to was a gas station, like a mini mart, or is this? It seemed like an independent deli, but they had a very paltry selection of ice creams. Or at least when it came to ice cream that wasn't just a tub of Hershey's ice cream, which isn't good to begin with. But we had to go to another convenience store to find a chipwich.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we did. Otherwise, I don't know. We would have. Well, I think the plan was we would have gotten Little Debbie's.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have had the energy to make it back without a chipwich.
Yeah, we are. This is a long bridge. We are on the Mario, the new Tappan Zee Bridge, or the Mario Como Bridge. But to those in the know, it's I'd say you call it the new Tappan Zee, right?
I would agree. It's the new Tappan Zee.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't call that, I guess this is different than like the bridges in the city, where like the Triborough Bridge got renamed to the RFK Bridge. But everyone, if you've lived in the city all your life, it's still the Triborough Bridge.
Right.
This, I guess, is a new bridge entirely, so I guess we can excuse them for naming it after someone who, wasn't on the original bridge.
Right.
But here, let's move over a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you like to walk in the bike lane.
You have to be careful of the bikers.
Oh, there's a seagull. You're far way out, boy.
So we're currently at the widest point of the Hudson, you said, right?
One of them, yeah. They decided, let's just put a bridge here. If you walk over the George Washington Bridge, which is also over the Hudson, it's a lot shorter trip.
I hope I can be a guest for that episode next time.
Well, I would like to go over it one more time. There's the first time I went over there when I met Rob. We met up and we got bubble tea. Do you like bubble tea?
I love bubble tea.
Well, there's supposed to be. Well, I won't say supposed to be. There is a good bubble tea place in whatchamacallit, Fort Lee. The name escapes me, but I think that their signature thing was they did a good not a smoothie, but a slush.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Boba slush. It was good when I had it, but I also just walked over 20 miles to that point, and anything would have tasted good.
Yeah. Well, maybe Rob and Ruby would be willing to meet us there if we...
Yeah, maybe they'll bring their dog, maybe.
Aw.
Yeah, I want to meet their dog.
Me too.
I mean, I haven't really talked to Ruby all that much, but I really just want to meet the dog. But yeah, definitely, and then I can show you do you like garlic knots?
Who doesn't?
Good answer. But I found some really good garlic knots at this place on like 181st Street and Broadway up in Washington Heights. Not where you'd expect to necessarily find good Italian food, but there's some really good garlic knots.
Wow, you know all the stops along the way.
I've been around the block a bit. I know what's what. I guess I did always want to walk over this bridge. Or, I don't know, could you go over the Tappan Zee Bridge, the old one?
I don't think you could. I think that was one of the great new features of the new Tappan Zee.
I mean, kudos to them for putting it in. Just as I was telling Loren earlier, it's a little disappointing that they decided to do a combined pedestrian cycling lane, which, as I've mentioned in many other episodes, is while it's nice to have, and I'm grateful that, I'll never go over the Verrazano Bridge unless I do the marathon, because they don't have a pedestrian lane at all. But come on, if you're building a new bridge, you gotta at least separate them, or have a divider or something.
Yeah, it's a danger.
Because Loren keeps walking into it.
I know, I keep zigzagging across the line.
Well, thankfully it's a calm day. It's still technically the middle of a work day. I'm off and Loren's also off.
Let's call it that.
So thankfully it's not a time where a lot of people are necessarily out and cycling, but it's a great way to spend a Wednesday.
It's been a great Wednesday. Beautiful day.
Happy Wednesday, my dudes. So when do you think you're going back up to camp again?
I don't know. I know hike day already passed, but maybe we can sneak in and create our own, like another one or something.
Well, did I tell you that Man Show wants to go? He's almost he almost did it this past fall, but that guy's went fast. He got together like Whammy and Joel Greenberg from the Alumni Association, and because back in, I think it was 2009, our last summer as campers, he buried a time capsule in Sherwood, one of the units.
That's so cool.
But he doesn't remember where. So do you remember the book Holes?
Yes.
So I think we were going to holes it, we had a general area of where we thought the time capsule would be. So we'd go and just dig around until we struck time capsule.
And did you ever do it?
No, nothing came together. So maybe the spring, but I guess the spring's not necessarily the best time because the ground's probably going to be a little harder. But I would still go up whenever it happens. If anything, you don't have to go to the gym that day.
Yeah.
You get your exercise in.
I'd love to see what's inside that time capsule.
I bet. Who knows if it's even, it's probably weather damaged and whatnot. It'd be fun to see. I don't even remember if I put anything in it or not. It's possible. I know he always put a hat in. He always had a hat that he wore the whole summer and then threw away in some spectacular fashion. He was also another guest on the podcast.
Oh wow! What bridge did he walk over with you?
He actually was the first one to be on it twice. The first time we went to some random bridge in Central Park, and I thought we were funny. The first time, we did a bridge in the middle of Central Park, and then I think this year on my birthday we walked over the Williamsburg Bridge.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So
nice birthday activity.
Yeah. So he was off from he had the day off from camp that day, so came to visit. He was doing, he was doing drama, right?
Yeah, I did know about that. That's so cool.
Yeah, he's one of the last one of the old guard still there.
One of the last work programmers still standing. Or probably the last, right?
Yeah, because I think Sam stopped going. They could all. The people who went to education can always go back.
Yeah.
You should have never stopped going. You could have been there forever.
I know, I could have been going all these years, but I don't know what I would have been. Maybe I could have been the new Lucy Golf.
Yeah. Or you could have been the Mountain View uppers supervisor.
That's true.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Maybe in the future, we have to see.
Yeah, hopefully camp survives that long.
What are your thoughts on the pool at camp?
Indifferent. I can see why they need it. I'm not as steadfast as JT about it. That he's like, I'm never gonna go in it. Camp does need to compete with the other camps. I'm sure the kids who grew up going to camp in tents were appalled that we got cabins. And I'm sure the kids who didn't have electricity were appalled when They brought electricity to camp. So,
It's very true.
you know, changes happens, but what are you going to do? Just roll with the punches and keep on swimming.
Keep on swimming in that pool, in that healthy pool.
On that note, we've reached a good stopping point. You know, I mean, we're not going to talk for the whole 3 miles of the bridge. So, are you okay?
Painter's Point.
Yeah, Painter's Point.
Painter's Point. I can't read.
And we're just about at the halfway point between Westchester and Rockland County. So, from this last point in Rockland County, this is going to be our sign off. Yeah.
Okay.
Good day.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on. It was my honor and pleasure. Good day and good night.